You cannot change your life without changing your thoughts. If I were to ask the average person if they believe that they are what they think about, they'd probably say, yes, I do believe that. But how many people actually audit their thoughts and get to the nitty gritty? Maybe when they're not feeling well or they're just in a low vibrational state, do they think about or even acknowledge the thoughts that are going through their head? A lot of the times, the huge majority of people do not go that far into why am I feeling this way and what have my normal thought patterns been throughout the day. Most people are extremely careful what they put into their body. And even people who don't take diet as serious, they're not going to eat donuts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because they're not going to feel well. But when it comes to the thoughts that are going through our minds, we don't think about what we're digesting every single day, what we're taking into our bubble, into our minds every single day. This comes down to the normal conversations we're having that we don't really think about, but subconsciously it's seeping into our brain, whether it's a destructive conversation, a negative conversation, the media that we're consuming, if it's a show that does not lead to any inspiring or any productive thoughts. And I'm not saying just throw away every single TV show, but you have to think about some of the stuff you're watching, you're listening to on YouTube or the radio. You can't just let anything into your mind. You have to audit that stuff. It is very important for us to protect the messaging that we're getting sent on a regular basis. People pay no attention to their mental diet, if you want to call it that. I mean, it's really silly because we have the most prized possession, the most powerful tool that we could ever imagine that the universe gifted to us, and it's our brain, our mind, the way it works. And people just let anything into it. We all have our bubble that we're in, our paradigm, the way we see the world. And of course, our mind dictates that. And if you're serious about doing something extraordinary while you're here on this earth, I mean, you have to audit every little thing. You have to imagine that a security guard is standing guard on your mind or at your mind right in front of it. And you're not just willy-nilly letting anything into it. You dictate the positive messaging and the productive, the inspiration that's going through your brain on an everyday basis. You may think that this is like too much or it's not that serious, but I'm telling you, this stuff is life changing. If you simply watch the stuff that you are consuming every single day or the conversations that you're partaking in every single day and start to audit and think about times where your energy is kind of low, you're not feeling the best, maybe you're feeling lazy, uninspired, and think about the times where you are feeling inspired. Like what was taking place around those times where you're in a high vibrational mode and you're inspired and you're ready to go. You have to add that stuff into your diet as much as possible and take away the excess that's just taken away from your dream life and your goal achieved self. I've had people in my past where I noticed every conversation I had with them was low vibrational, whether they're complaining or they're coming from a place of lack. I get it, people have to vent and whatnot, so I'm not saying kick everybody who vents to the curb, but you have to realize the people who constantly have bad things going on in their lives and they seem to have unfortunate luck, it's because they bring that upon themselves. It's the vibration, it's the bubble that they're in, and you don't want to be a part of that. You cannot let that gravitate towards you and start affecting the way you carry yourself on an everyday basis. It can't affect your momentum at all. I mean, it's crucial. So I've had people where I just had to simply stop talking to slowly but surely. And it may seem harsh or uncomfortable, but we only have one life to live and you have to make the most out of it. You have to enjoy life as much as possible, evolve, go after what you truly want. And the people who are bringing you down may not realize what they're doing, and you may also not realize. But if you're ever talking to somebody and it's a normal pattern for you to feel kind of out of it, feel kind of down or just low energy after talking to that person, you need to pay attention to that. Now, take that as you will. I'm not saying cut off everybody who doesn't have a positive conversation with you on the daily, but you really have to protect that mental. This is not a optional thing. If you're serious about evolving, changing your life, like that's why I made this YouTube channel. This is not part-time activity. This is a way of life, a way of living. It changed my life completely. It's continuing to change my life, and I just want to affect as many people as possible, tell as many people as possible what I have learned. I spent tens of thousands on personal development, coaches and masterminds, and read so many books and really put in a lot of work on to myself, meditating, you name it. And I'm at the point where I am constantly trying to evolve every single day, and I don't want to keep that to myself. I want to help as many people out as possible, but you have to realize when you're watching my videos, none of this is a part-time thing. This is a full-time job to be working on yourself and getting to that next level. There's a reason why there's not many people at the top, and the top 1% are the top 1% because they take this stuff serious. They take the mind serious. They don't let just anybody into their bubble, and their paradigm is so wide and so limitless that they live in a whole nother world. And that's what I'm trying to get you to be able to do as well. Your mind is the most powerful tool that you will ever have access to in your lifetime. But you have to stop giving everyone unrestricted access. So you have to stop giving everyone unrestricted access to it. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you with the next one.